If you are here to check out the second part of the video on how to get rid of your worries related to IELTS speaking task, I am pretty sure that you would have covered my first video as well. If you haven't, the link is in the description. Please check out the first video and then come back to the video. This will be here and I will be waiting right here. So why delay? Let's go on to the video. I'll be sharing you tips and tricks on how to give your IELTS speaking task. In this video, find the top 10 tricks of how to take IELTS speaking task. Let's go on to the first tip. Tip 1. Don't memorize any answers. Probably you would be expecting that the questions are going to be about yourself and rather you think that you would be memorizing the answers. Don't do that because the tension takes out your answers whatever you have memorized and it is going to mess up. Don't memorize your answers. Let's go on to tip 2. Tip 2. Don't use big and unfamiliar words. I have also mentioned in the first part of the video that don't use words that you do not know. This is going to rather disturb your scoring than bring it advantages to it. This is because you have used words that you are not familiar with and that means that the word is mostly going to be irrelevant to the sentence and this is going to bring you negative marks to the evaluator who is grading you, right? And that's the end of tip 2. Let's go to tip 3. Tip 3. Use a wide range of grammatical resources. As I always suggest the test takers, construct a story because when you construct a story, the story has a flashback and that story is going to mostly start from past tense. And when it continues, it is going to stay in the present tense and you're also going to possibly explain the future tense as well. So, just with 3 sentences, you're going to speak a lot and also use a wide range of grammatical structures as well. So, use wide range of grammatical structures and have a plan of how to use them already before the examination. This will help in the flow of the examination and get you marks more. And that's the end of the tip 3. Let's go to tip 4. Tip 4. Don't worry about your accent. Accent doesn't bring you marks, but the examiner should be able to understand what you are speaking. Try to speak as clearly and as fluently as possible. Don't worry about your accent because there are no negative marks and that is not going to harm you in any manner. Let's go to tip 5. Tip 5. Pause to think. This doesn't mean you just need to stop and freeze there to think about your answer. Rather, use words that are present in English literature to give you time to think. For example, this seems to be a good question. Let me think about it. That's a difficult question. Oh, this is a difficult question. So use these kind of phrases and there are lots of phrases. Try to use them and this will bring you time and you can think about what you're going to speak behind your head. And that's it. Let's go on to tip 6. Tip 6. Avoid using fillers. When we use English in our day-to-day activities, we use words like like, yeah. So these kind of words, you need to replace these kind of words with English phrases that I have mentioned in the previous tip, such as that's a difficult question, let me think about it. So what happens is, these give you time and you can think about the answer behind your head, but try to avoid these kind of fillers, rather use English phrases. Let's go on to tip 7. Tip 7. Extend your answers completely. This means that don't just answer your question that examiner has answered with a single sentence. Try to explain the pattern or the story behind the topic of whatever you have mentioned in the single statement. This extends your answer and you will be able to explain and give more options to the examiner to give you a score. Also, when the examiner is prompting for words like why, what, etc., this means that they are asking you to speak more. Try to avoid these situations and you need to speak more. Just don't stop speaking. Let's go on to tip 8. Tip 8. Try to smile while you speak. This doesn't mean just you need to smile out loud or something like that. This means that when you smile, your mouth opens up and whatever you speak comes out clearly. Also, smile brings a positive attitude and cools your mind. So this is why smiling is very important and this also brings a positive vibes to the examiner as well. Try to smile. Let's go on to the 8th tip. Tip 9. Don't speak in a monotone. This means that don't answer every question in a single toned manner. For example, when there is a question that is difficult, you can give a exclamation expression that is, oh, that's a difficult question. Or when they give a question that is difficult to think, you can just say, let me think, this question seems complex. So these kind of tones bring a variation in your pitch of what you are going to speak and rather creates a stability of your language and presents your language as very proficient manner to the examiner. So try to vary your tone and don't speak in a monotone. Let's go on to the last tip of tip 10. Tip 10 is obvious topic. Practice for your IELTS examination. IELTS official ORG website gives you complete common IELTS speaking topics which include education, internet, speaking, food, etc. So there are lots of topics and be prepared on these topics, because once you start to prepare on a topic, you will have a lot of information on the topic and that would be inside your mind. So when you start speaking about the same, the content builds up accordingly. Try to practice. This is the last tip, and 10th tip, that is the final one. That's it for today. In this video, I have given you short and precise 10 tips in which how you can improve your IELTS examination. I am pretty sure if you implement these properly, your IELTS score is going to improve drastically and you are going to give your IELTS speaking test efficiently. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay informative. This is Vivek signing off.